What's good, everybody? This is Sean, and I want to talk about my experience in the motorcycle classes. So just in case you were wondering the experience, I'll tell you at least my experience. So basically what you want to do is you sign up for the classes. In Arkansas, it's like $375. You have 3 days in order to complete this riding course. The first day is pretty much orientation, so you don't necessarily get on the bike. You speak to the trainers, you kind of get acquainted with the people that you'll be dealing with, and you just get a good feel for how the class is going to be, the people, the trainers, all of those things. The last part of day one is, I don't know if it's everywhere, but they let you get on a motorcycle that is on this little stationary thing, and they let you get on the bike and feel it and all this kind of stuff. And they let you know, hey, Saturday, which was our class, Saturdays and Sundays is when we're going to actually have the riding classes. They provide you with the motorcycle, and that's about it. Before you get to class, you have to take this online class, which was about 5 hours long. I swear that felt like the longest 5 hours. So once you complete that, you'll print out something, and you will pretty much turn it into your trainers for that day, for the actual riding days. Got to be there at 6 o'clock. Well, they say 6:30, but most of us were there between 6:05 and 6:15, because you know what they say, if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time, or something like that. So first day, they tell you, you got to bring, a coat, or not a coat, but like a long sleeve jacket, or a long sleeve shirt. You have to have some boots that is over your ankles, and we have to provide our own gloves, and we have to provide our own helmets. Now luckily for me, I had already been buying that stuff, purchasing those type of things. At least at my place, they don't rent out helmets. Don't know if they rent out gloves. I just bought everything that I needed to bring. First day we get there, they pretty much teach you how to power walk, the clutch into power walk. The second lesson, I think it's 8 lessons a day. It may be more, but I think it's 8 lessons. You get it's 16 or 17 lessons in 2 days. So the first day you get 8 lessons. The first lesson was power walking using the clutch. The second one was maybe giving it a little bit of throttle. The third one was getting your feet up off the bike. Fourth one was stopping and braking. Like stopping and braking. The fifth thing was power stopping, like using which brakes to use. The sixth thing was actually learning to shift, which was my Achilles heel. That was the biggest issue for me. I was trying to learn how to shift, and it was just a big deal to me, and I was feeling really, really discouraged, and I was starting to question myself, like, am I really made to do this kind of stuff? So I was feeling a bit discouraged. Seventh thing, I think it might have been doing some turns. And then the 8th thing was I can't remember what the 8th thing was. After that, we about wrapped up. That was the end of day 1. Day 2 was pretty much the same. We got there about 6:15-ish, and we just went right into riding the courses. We learned how to swerve. We've learned how to brake, curve, and like come into a stop at a curve. And we learned left signal, right signal, riding over things. We had to ride over like certain obstacles, and what you need to do, you need to sit up a little bit, because if you don't give it enough throttle, you could possibly fall over. And then we talk about situational things and stuff. After that, after we put everything together, we now had to learn the course, because we had to do these riding procedures. After you do that, you're good to go. And this is when I finally learned how to I don't want to say learn, but that's when I finally was like, okay, in between some of these sessions, when they tell us to do whatever, I'm going to try to learn how to shift. So I was using every chance that I got to gain speed, and then to definitely get my shift on and stuff. I eventually was able to get to gear 2. And I felt so excited for the simple fact is because I never got to that fast. I was trying to overcome my fear of getting to that speed, because 20 miles an hour in car speeds and 20 miles an hour in motorcycle speed is 2 totally different things. Like it is like night and day. Like you can feel like there's no protection on a motorcycle. So if you have a fear of like speed and all that kind of stuff, if you want to get on a motorcycle, I suggest you get over that fear real quickly, because that's just what it is. Now after that, we went straight into taking a test. Like it was test time. And usually with me, I'm like Kobe. Like I turn it on and stuff like that. But for some reason, and maybe because it was the motorcycle, I felt very uneasy. I felt like this ain't gonna work for me. I'm gonna fail. And we had time in between where we was just waiting and stuff like that, and the anticipation was high. And I'm just sitting over here like, dude, I'm so anxious to go, but at the same time, what if I mess up? And so in the course, you have 5 tests. Now, I don't know if this is like this everywhere else. I'm just telling you from my experience of what I had to do. We had to take 5 tests, and it was things that was put together. So the first thing, it might have been, I can't remember what it was and stuff like that, but it was an accumulation of everything. And the first test, I think I did pretty well. The second test, I messed up pretty bad. Well, I want to say I messed up pretty bad. Yeah, I messed up pretty bad. Like we were supposed to stay in between this box. And even though I've done it numerous times, I was still a little shaky and stuff like that. But I figured, it's crunch time now. I can get it. And I was overthinking, and I just completely rolled over the line. So I don't know how the point system is, but I believe if you get 5 points, there's 5 points. And that's the highest point that you can get in this particular exercise. That's an automatic fail. So when I failed that, I was thinking to myself, here we go. I'm going to mess up, and that's going to be the end of it. And I was just so discouraged. But I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and push on to the next one. We're going to do it. Third one, knocked it out. Fourth one, I kind of made a little mistake, but it wasn't a huge mistake. But it was a mistake nonetheless, and I actually accumulated some points on that one. Fifth one, did it flying colors. So I'm like, cool, we in there. So I hope I'm not telling on anybody or anything like that, but I'm just gonna tell you from my experience. If you get 16 points, you are officially out of the test. Like you failed. And I think I've accumulated 7 points. So for somebody like me, I think that was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So after we got through with our last, what's the name? The old boy, the trainer, he pretty much told us like, hey, you got to get this, and these are your points, and congratulations, you passed the test. And you talk about a weight that was lifted off my shoulder. That was like one of the best feelings that I felt in a long time, because I hate to start something and do something and like really put a lot of effort into it and lose sleep over it and fail. Like that's like the worst feeling. I'm pretty sure people who has been in certain situations to where they really study or they really put a lot of effort, and it's like, I don't know, the moment of silence, and they, I passed it, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. I got my motorcycle endorsement as far as the riding part. Of course, I have to take my written test, but hey, I'm feeling pretty good. So if anybody who wants to experience, getting their motorcycle endorsement, that's what I had to go through. I'm not saying that it'll be the same for everybody else, but that's basically what was going on. And so, yeah, that was my experience with getting, the motorcycle thing. You got any questions? Post your comments down below. I'll try to answer as many as possible. Like I don't got a bunch of followers, but you know, we got non-followers who actually look at some videos and stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically my experience. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. And you will get some more commentating videos and actual motorcycle videos in the future. So until then, peace.